Hello friends, it has been a while. I'm popping on here today to share with you a DIY air dry clay ceramic pendant light lampshade that I made for above my sink. Stick around to find out how so you can do it too. Got this DOS air dry clay from Michael's. I believe it was under $15 and it is all I needed to make this DIY ceramic lampshade. So I took down this lampshade cover I got off of Etsy. It's just a little too industrial and I was ready for something other than the green. But I'm going to be using this bowl as a mold for the shape of the clay to dry on, and then also I need to make sure that the hole from the old lamp is the same size for the new lamp because I'm still going to be using the string and the actual bulb holder from the old lamp. So this is just a great way to upgrade a pendant lampshade if you are looking to replicate this DIY. I did not have a rolling pin available, so I'm using a glass bottle to roll this to a thickness that just felt good to me. I did watch a couple of tutorials before I did this, but no one has done it exactly like this, so a lot of this was just like combining other things I had seen and just doing some trial and error. But I rolled it to a circle, as you can see, pushed the old light fixture shade in there so that the hole that the light bulb screws into will fit over the pendant. And then I am just using a plastic knife to score the underside of the shade, and I saw somewhere online someone doing that, and I assume it's because it helps it to not crack as much as the air clay is drying. This air clay takes about 24 to 48 hours. Mine took actually 3 days to completely dry, so you have to be very patient. And if you don't keep it the right way, it can crack really easily. So I just thought that the scoring would be a good idea. Now I'm going to be creating a ruffle ceramic lampshade, and I'm literally just shaping it, and it kind of just stayed like that. And then in order to ensure that the creases stay the way I set them, I'm rolling up some brown paper to help support the air dry clay as it dries and does not move from the way that I set it. And this is how it was looking after all of the ruffles were supported. I'm taking some of that excess that I cut off when I was making the circle for the shade and rolling that out again. This is going to be a lip for the top of that shade there. So I'm basically just going to replicate a version of the pre-existing lampshade so that it can fit into, again, that pendant light fixture that already exists. So this technique that I'm about to show you, after I cut this down to the exact size of the existing lampshade, as you can see, I wrapped it around, and I need to seal that bond there. So you're supposed to score the bond and then use water to smooth it out. They call this slip. You can make your own slip by just using a little bit of clay and a little bit of water, and it basically acts like a glue or a bondant for joints when you're doing any type of working with any type of ceramic. I am by no means an expert, by the way, so please do not come for me if you are a professional ceramicist. This is literally my first time working with air dry clay, and I am just showing you my process. So I'm just making sure things are supported as I work with them. Again, the air dry clay can move, so I'm just repeating this process, the bonding process. I scored the bottom, and then I am just going to score the sides, and I'm just building it up. I use the slip to sort of smooth it out, score it, use the slip to smooth it out, and after doing that a bunch of times all the way around this joint, it was pretty nicely adhered to the base there, and I have had absolutely no issues with this coming apart or cracking or anything like that. It's been hanging finished in my kitchen for about 6 months now, and it looks just as beautiful as it did when I finished it. So this method really does work if you need to build up a joint or attach two sort of molds together when you're working with the air dry clay. Again, this is how it looked once it was all finished, and you can just sort of continue to use this slip to smooth it. I want to say thank you so much to Odd End for sending over this 5-pack of suction cup hooks and sponsoring this portion of today's video. These are no drill wall hooks and have a powerful 15-pound suction that can grip tight without screws or nails. For me, it's perfect because I wanted a hook next to my sink for marble, so you just peel and stick this back piece onto tile, glass, or metal, and it is perfect for towels, coats, keys, even holiday decor. It's waterproof and reusable, and they're made to match any room, bathroom, kitchen, dorm, or closet. No tools, no hassle, just clean it, stick it, and done. It is a strong hold, and when you take it off, it does not leave a trace. And as you can see here, I installed it pretty quickly and easily, and now I have access to my towel right next to my sink, and I didn't have to drill any holes. So if you're interested, I will leave the link down below for you to check out this awesome suction cup hook 5-piece set from Odd End. And now I am going to be painting this. So the first layer is a paint that I picked up from the hardware store. I didn't pick this up. Sorry, I had sample paints, but you can see that it is super dry and ready to go. I used Maritime White from Benjamin Moore on this piece. I just wanted something that was like a creamier off-white. My cabinets are the color Swiss Coffee by Benjamin Moore, so I thought this would be a nice contrast. So I'm just using an angled brush to wipe this on. And as you can see, it is sort of instantly transformed. It's subtle, but the color is really, really nice, and it's going to give a great contrast to the room. So once that was dry, I did need to go in with this Sculpey glaze and do 2 coats of this over the top of the paint. Now, the reason I did this is because, as you can see, it's very matte finished, and I wanted this to look like a fire glazed ceramic piece. And this Sculpey clay glaze that I picked up from Michael's is under $10, and it gives you that really nice glazed finish. So this doesn't look like an air dry DIY clay project, but something that I actually picked up from a real ceramicist. So I'll leave this linked down below as well, because I really do think that it's this finishing detail that makes it look more professional and less like a DIY. And after that dried, it was time to hang the piece, and this is what it looks like. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's video. If you enjoyed, please be sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.